Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for my weekly recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is season 12, episode 14, Lions. What was it? Lions, Tigers, and Shade. My bad, y'all. Alright, so when it opened up, it started showing like us pictures of like Nene and Cynthia, and then it was like Nene talking in the background about how her and Cynthia's friendship has been over the last few years or whatever like that. How she was a good friend to her and she loved her and like all this stuff. It was kind of morbid because it was like reminiscent of how, when somebody die or whatever like that, and then they show all their pictures of them being friends and stuff, and then at the end it's just like the rest in peace thing. It was weird, real weird the way they set it up. But then they showed like everything that happened like from the fallout like a year ago, whatever like that, and how it has gradually gotten to where they are right now. So then so I just said all that because I ain't about to go through that because y'all know how it fell out. Kenya popping up at the it wasn't a baby shower. It was some party. I can't remember what it was. But her showing up, Nene feeling blindsided, Cynthia trying to apologize, she not really hearing it, and blah blah blah. So they showed all that. Anyway, then we see Nene. She had the swag boutique. Marlo shows up or whatever. She's struggling trying to walk on her heels because she said she ain't walking them in 5 months because remember she had like some injury to her toe or something like that. So she went out of heels for 5 months. So she's trying to walk in them and stuff like that. Nene tells her that she got a gift from Cynthia. Cynthia sent her some wine some wine. And it had like a note on there, telling her to kind of like, let's end this nonsense. Let's talk. Let's have like a alone time between just me and you and kind of hash it out and talk or whatever like that. So she was extending the olive branch to her. Marlo, of course, excited because she been trying to do this since the freaking show aired. Okay, this season she been trying to get Nene and Cynthia to talk and stuff like that. So she's excited, and she was just like, she was excited to like see them, talk and just get together, whatever like that. They went off and rolled off to like lunch. Nene was saying she was going to invite everybody to like this leopard or what was called a leopard print brunch or whatever. I think the idea is cute or whatever, just like a little theme thing. So she was going to invite everybody to that, even Kenya. So she was inviting and extending the olive branch to everybody for everybody to come to the little leopard party. Then we see Kenya. She in the kitchen. She's talking to Brooklyn about food. Cynthia arrives. What's her name? Kenya says Mark left early or whatever. So maybe she'll just have Cynthia over for dinner or whatever. And Cynthia was like, I don't know, girl, or whatever, but I'll see. So then she was saying that she iced Kenya for like a week. So she ain't been talking to Kenya for like a week since she threw her under the bus. I was like, okay. Did Kenya realize you wasn't? Like, cause you know how sometimes you be mad at the person and you swear you offend, I ain't talking to them or whatever. They don't even realize you. Oh, child. When people block me, I don't even realize I was blocked. What? Okay. I didn't even know. I'm sorry. That shit is funny to me. But I was just like, did Kenya realize that you wasn't talking to her? Because, like, really, Cynthia. But anyway, Kenya sets the plate to the meal and stuff. And Cynthia gave like this shady ass prayer. Talk about some Lord, please don't mind the smell of me smelling like asphalt as my friend and threw me underneath the bus. I said, Cynthia, really? So they talked about that because Cynthia was kind of upset because like she literally threw her under the bus. Like, you invited her so she can run the tea back to her. No, that's not why I invited her. Like, what are you talking about? So she says that she can't, not Kenya, Kenya. Kenya said that she's not apologizing for inviting the cookie lady or whatever to the event. I mean, not to the event, it's like the little lunch or whatever. But she will apologize for throwing Cynthia underneath the bus or whatever like that. So she don't even think that she did nothing wrong. That like her behavior wasn't wrong or whatever like that. I'm really disappointed in her. And she was saying like she still was trying to put it all on Cynthia. Like Cynthia should have told her that she told Tanya about Cynthia's little sit down with her, spilling the information to her. So now she know that the wig thing was more malicious versus her being shady. I don't really think Tanya was trying to be like malicious. I think she was really just trying to be petty and get back at her like, oh well, yeah, you said this about me, so now I'm gonna tell everybody that you wear a wig or whatever like that. She was laughing, she was joking, she had some tea on her like that. I don't really think Tanya thought it was like a big deal, but I mean, either way, her bringing the cookie lady to the lunch is like really in no comparison. It's really not. And then you calling her a cunt, like, no, that don't really kind of equal me showing everybody a wig that you claim that you're not upset about. Like, if you're not so pressed about wearing the wigs, then why you so pressed? All right. So anyway, Cynthia asked her, because Mike is coming out with his book. They had talked about it last week. And it's called Open Mic. So I think I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna put it on my little to read list or whatever like that. I might download it on Kindle or something like that. I got so many books on Kindle, child. And then I'm enjoying the book club, Roxanne's book club, child, and I'm behind in that. So I don't I need to time manage my life better, okay? But at any rate, she was saying that she was asking Kenya, like, how would you feel dating somebody who cheated and all this other stuff? And Kenya was like, well, I would say once a cheater, always a cheater. So you got to kind of watch your back. And Cynthia was like, wait, she was like, but no, I'm not saying that. In this case, like, if he recognizes what he's done and he's willing to change and he's been a changed man and stuff, y'all should go to counseling, kind of work through that and so forth. So I mean, that's what I suggest. Just like kind of go through counseling, talk to somebody, share. I mean, he appears to be different. I don't know what that man do off camera, but I mean, Cynthia don't need to look into it too hard. Unless he's doing something that really piques her intuition, then I just say leave it alone and just let it go. Don't let what his past did affect your future together. Then we see Dr. Jackie. It was like little scenes. So it was Dr. Jackie and Eva. Dr. Jackie was doing an ultrasound on Eva and was going to do a vaginal check to see if she was dilated or anything like that. Then we see Riley and Candy shopping. Riley wanted like this little skimpy skirt, and Candy was like, that's kind of skimpy. And she was like, how can you tell me that? And I can see your whole, like, I see your whole chest through your shirt. Like, she was like, yeah, okay, you're right. Then we see Portia and her mom, they with the little baby playing and stuff. And then we see Greg and Nene, they on the couch, and he doing like some practice talk with Nene as if he was Cynthia or whatever like that. And child, he was like acting like he was crying, and she was like, oh, okay, well, I gotta go because I can't do this crying stuff. And he was like, oh, where's Mike? I said, no, y'all doing too much, too far. Anyway, we see Cynthia. She at the wine cellar. She on the phone talking to Eva, telling Eva that she about to meet up with what I was about to say, Portia, meet up with Nene. And not Cynthia, Eva was like, girl, you was lying like an expensive Persian rug. She was like, no, I'm telling the truth, I just thought it was time for us to meet up, have like a little sit down and talk to each other and stuff like that, because I don't want to keep walking around like we hate each other and stuff. And I mean, that's like real negative energy and stuff like that. Like, that's taking up too much of your energy and stuff. So just kind of like apologize or let that ish go. Like, let it fall where it may fall. So Nene arrived. She got the salsa and wine. They talking and stuff. At first, it was like this weird, awkward silence or whatever. And then they cheers to like new beginnings and what they say? It was like it was a long time coming. It was just weird because it was like, well, how do we start the conversation type thing? Like, we got all this stuff on the list to talk about, but like, where do we start the conversation? So they finally do get into it, and because Cynthia was like, we need to have like a mutual respect for each other or whatever like that. So then Nene was like, that's right. And she was like, well, you have called me a toxic friend, and I want to know, what does that mean? So Cynthia told her, she was like, when you are a friend, you're an amazing friend, but when you're not friends no more, you shut people out, you push people away, you just, you cut them deep or whatever like that. And Nene was like, yeah, I thought that toxic was just like a heavy word. Like, it was like real heavy. It was just too much or whatever like that. And what happened? Then so they kept showing like little clips of them having like the interviews and stuff like that, which was like 2 months ago. And they were saying like they both were saying like bad stuff. But then Nene claimed that Cynthia started first with the whole interviews and stuff. She was like, you did 7 interviews, and that, I mean, like, she is sticking to that number, like, for real. Like, she ain't wavered from that number. So I don't know, was it 7 interviews? Because she is sticking to that number. She was like, you did 7 interviews before I responded. Like, well, did you think I was not supposed to respond or whatever? And so at first it seemed like they was agreeing on stuff, because they was like, well, because when when Cynthia was telling her, like, when you not a friend, you shut down, you do all this stuff, Nene was agreeing with her. And so then Nene was saying, let me see, because I'm trying to get it together. Yeah, so they was like agreeing with each other or whatever like that. And then when it came to Cynthia saying we both said bad things about each other, that's when Nene got all defensive, like, no, I don't think so. I mean, like, you did all these interviews and you said stuff first. Like, it don't matter. Like, both of y'all said some gutter ass shit about each other. So both of y'all need to own up to that. Both of y'all need to apologize. Both of y'all need to take accountability for that. Cynthia was ready to take accountability for it, but Nene really was just like, you're not going to put it all on me. And that's not even what Cynthia was saying. She was saying, like, we both said some dirty shit to each other. Like, we both went low. So we both need to apologize. Like, we both was wrong in this or whatever like that. And so then it was just like, Cynthia was like, when you mad, you tear them down, you tear people down, you tear your friends down, or something like that. She was like, well, what friends? I said, or who I tear down or something. She was like, anybody you mad at or whatever. And then so she was just like, what? And so then Cynthia was like, look, you need to go to sleep happy. What she say? You need to go to sleep knowing that I'm happy. I'm at peace. And then he was like, what, you don't think I want you to be? I'm happy that you happy. Like, I want you to be happy. I want you to be at peace or whatever like that. And then so Cynthia was like going on. She was like, you know what? Have your moment, Cynthia. And she was like, well, I'm not having no moment, but if you give me the time, thank you or whatever. So Cynthia was like, live your life or something. And then Nene was just like stuck. Because you could tell she wanted to cry, but she ain't want to cry in front of Cynthia or whatever like that. So she kind of looked at the door and looked. And then she was just like, all right. And so she got up and walked out. But she left her purse and stuff. So I was like, she coming back to get her stuff. So she walked out. Cynthia was like, this typical Nene. She always want to walk out and run out and stuff like that. And then I got to chase after her like I'm Forrest Gump and, settle some stuff. So she went out there. And she did talk to her or whatever like that. And Nene was crying or whatever. I don't know. I ain't really seen no tea. I mean, I did see a couple, but then they was just dry. But at any rate, she was crying. She was upset. And she was saying that Cynthia hurt her feelings. And she just want her to know. She was just like, look, I don't want you to say nothing because I don't want to shut down. So I want to just tell you how I was feeling. And so she told Cynthia how she was feeling. And Cynthia told her how she was feeling. And Cynthia was like, she having a hard time taking accountability. So I'm going to be the bigger person and, apologize first or whatever. And then it took a little while. But Nene finally apologized for hurting Cynthia's feelings. And she said that she didn't want to hurt her feelings and so forth like that. And then at the end, they kind of like, they both apologized. So it was like, yay, finally. And then, what else happened, child? Because I want to get all of this frame. Nope, that's something else. Yeah, that was it. So then they kind of hugged, and then they was talking about other stuff, talking about the Bailey Bee. So they kind of hugged and laughed about it, laughed together, whatever like that. So it was just like a little baby step to like a better place. And I was just happy that they finally like talked and stuff like that, because that's 10 years of love and friendship and stuff like that. And it shouldn't have went down no drain over somebody else. Like, really, like, for real, no. Like, especially if it's like a real genuine friendship, then it shouldn't just be like, no. And they do go up and down and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad they just kind of got it out the way, and then they can decide if they want to build on that friendship or just like literally just be mutual if they're in a setting. It's not like, oh, you feel all this tension against that person or whatever like that. So I was just happy they talked. Did y'all see them flashbacks when they kept showing Cynthia? I was like, oh, I'm glad she thickened up, because she was skinny. I don't even remember her being that small back then. oh my God, I was like, that is Cynthia. Like, I really did not even realize she was that small. I'm glad she thickened up. Because I think she looked much better thickened up. Anyway, we see Marlo. She getting her makeup done or whatever. She calls Portia, and Portia basically tell her, like, I ain't going to that party or whatever. It was an aggressive invite, and like all this pride and lying. Like, what's she trying to say or whatever? And then Portia dumb. She was like, she should have sent me like a separate invite or whatever like that. Do my phone. She was like, oh no, I don't think I would have got it because she blocked. She was like, well, she could have sent. Well, I guess it was no other way. I said, girl, if you don't stop, child. So she ended up saying she wasn't gonna go. Then we see Cynthia. She picks up Eva. They talking or whatever like that. Cynthia telling Eva about her meeting with Nene. And then we see they pull up to this Mexican restaurant. And Eva like, well, I gotta go to the bathroom or whatever. She can barely get out the car. Child, she been having contractions the whole car ride, but she was just like, I wanted to go to the event and wanted to go to the brunch or whatever like that. So the producers end up taking her in the restaurant, and she was like, I gotta sit down. So she sit down. The producers like, what's going on? She like, I've been having contractions and stuff. She tell them it's they like every 11 minutes or whatever. Then Cynthia coming in like, girl, what's wrong with you? She was like, I've been having contractions. Then Candy comes. She show up. Candy like, what? We need to call would anybody call Dr. Jackie? I said, exactly, Candy. All these people, and you come in and you, child. You the first one that said we gonna call the doctor. Anyway, they get there and no, they call Dr. Jackie. And Eva like, I don't want to go to no hospital. She was like, well, I could tell you how to deliver a baby or whatever. Candy like, that is not what we finna do. We gonna go to the hospital. So Cynthia ends up taking Eva to the hospital or whatever. Candy and Tanya, they're still there or whatever. Child, I don't know what time the party was supposed to start, but Kenya, she arrived because everybody thought she wasn't gonna come, but she said since Nene extended the invitation to her, that was a big of her to do, since they are not all friends and stuff, and she wanted to see what her like a little apology was going to be and blah blah blah. So she comes there. She got there at like 3 something. I want to say. I'm going to say 3 o'clock because I really don't know what time she got there. I'm going to say she got there like 3 o'clock. It was like 2:50, between 2:50 and 3 o'clock. So she's talking to Candy she was just talking to Candy because she was not talking to Tanya and Tanya was not talking to her. So Candy tells them what happened to Eva and stuff like that. And then, not Cynthia, Kenya was like, well, where's everybody at? She was like, well, that's where they left. And then she was like, and then Nene, she just late. She was like, oh, she just late. I gotta go. I got things to do. I'm not sitting around here. Child, she got up and left. She was there for, I'm gonna say, a good 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, how you gonna come to a party? Like, it's supposed to be a party. Never mind the lady late. Okay. It's supposed to be a party. The host always, on these shows, I'm going to say these shows, because I don't know about in real life, but I'm trying to think any real life events I go to and people except for a wedding, but you already saw the wedding and you already know the bride and groom going to come in later than the other people. I'm trying to think. I don't know. No party with people, the hosts and all them. Well, maybe like the birthday girls, they come in later. But that's all planned and stuff. But anyway, because I'm trying to think like what. But on these shows, the host always come in late with some grand entrance and all this other stuff. So for her to be like, oh, I'm leaving after 10 minutes and y'all are on like always late for everything. Y'all don't show up on time. You just got there 10 minutes ago. So how you want to be like, oh, she late, I'm late? If the party was supposed to start at 12 o'clock and you got there at 2:50, you was late too. But whatever. She just ain't want to be there, so bye. So she left. Then when she left, I want to say, yeah, it was just Tanya and Candy sitting there. Child, Nene came at 4 something. That thing said 2.5 hours late. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I know these people make this grand entrance and all that other stuff, but 2.5 hours? Bitch, no. Candy and Tanya is better than me because I'd have ate my meal after sitting there for maybe 30 minutes. Probably, yeah, 30 minutes. Ate my meal, so you know it's gonna take a little while for them to deliver the food. We gonna chat it up or something like that. So maybe like an hour later, let's say, we gonna be done. You know, especially if it's some good conversation. It might be a little bit longer than that, depending on the friend you with. So I'm gonna be getting up after like 2 hours later, because I'm like, well, we at the right restaurant? Like, what's going on? And ain't no party stuff up, like ain't no food. Like, no, I'm gonna leave. So they better than me. Okay, I'm gonna eat my meal and I'm gonna deuce out. I'm gonna leave a little note. I was here. Peace. So, matter of fact, I ain't even gotta leave no note, because you know why? The camera people there, they recorded me sitting at that goddamn table waiting for your ass. But she arrives, and then she came, and Candy was like, oh, we the only 2 people here, girl. And she was like, no, you're not. Why she had everybody and their grandpapa with her? Where all these people come from? They like, Candy like, who is these random people? Like, what? Is these your friends? Candy was funny to me. She was like, is these your friends, or these just people you brought off the street so you wouldn't be alone at this table if nobody else showed up? And I'm agreeing with Candy. Like, who was the random people? Dude, Nene really know these people? Or, like, come on now. Like, I don't, These people, child. You know how in stores, they had you fill out some little piece of paper with your name and address, claiming it's a raffle or something like that. And you drop it in a little box and you hope that you're going to win this new car that you're going to pay taxes for and stuff like that. I think that's what she did. I think she told these people to sign up on this little piece of paper and she dropped it in the box. And then she pulled out maybe, what was it, about 30 people? She pulled out 20, 30 people. And she was like, y'all won this free brunch. Come on down. Because I don't think maybe 1 or 2 people out of that whole group was her friends. Because Candy was like, I only recognize like 1 person or something like that. Nene, do better. Because them people looked at so regular schmegler like, girl, stop. Anyway, Marlo comes. She came after Nene, so she was mega late, okay? And then Portia and Shamia came 25 minutes after. Nene, because Marlo was like, oh no, Candy told Nene that Kenya arrived, but she left like 10 minutes later. And Nene was like, well, why the hell did she come and she only stayed for 10 minutes? I don't even care. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Whatever. So then Marlo came. Marlo told her about what was going on with Portia. And then so they started talking like, well, Nene was like, I wasn't trying to bring no negativity. It was going to be about a sisterhood. And if she don't want to come, I'm not going to kiss her ass. And then who walking up the steps is Shamia and Portia. So Portia said that she talked to her mom, and her mom was like, well, she extended the olive branch, then you should come see what it's all about. It's no harm, no foul. Here go Nene in the confessional talking about some Portia was late. Bitch, you just got there. What is you talking about? I said, if Nene don't shut the beep up, like, bitch, you just got there and it was your own party. Girl, stop. I'm glad she did not utter those words out of her mouth, because I know Candy would have been looking like... So I'm glad she ain't say nothing out loud. But at any rate, Portia was telling her that, well, Nene said that she was happy that Portia arrived at the party and stuff like that. Portia was telling her like she didn't know what it was going to be about and all this other stuff, because Nene had said what Marlo told her and stuff. She was like, well, I didn't know if it was going to be about negativity, and you was like, it was a pride and lying and all this other stuff. So Portia told her what she said behind her back to her face, which I was appreciative of. And then they had cheers to like what they do, child? They cheered to no, I'm lying. So Nene and, because they ain't cheers yet. So Nene and Portia was having a conversation. Candy had got a phone call in the middle, and it was Eva, and Eva was saying like, you know, giving an update or whatever like that. Nene was like, I'm talking to Portia. So, because, not Cindy, Candy was in the middle of Portia and Nene. So, Nene was like, look, I'm trying to talk to Portia. let's not interrupt this conversation. What's going on with them? Like, so Candy got up and moved. I think she said it kind of rude, like, but yeah. So Candy got up and was talking to Eva, so we couldn't hear the conversation that Portia and Nene was having anymore. We just heard the conversation that Candy and Eva was having. And Eva was saying that she was 1.5 centimeters and stuff, and that she sent Cynthia back to the party and her husband was there, whatever. So then once they finished that conversation, we could hear the conversation between Nene and Portia, and she was just basically saying that she was proud that she was here, and then they gonna work on that friendship, and not friendship, but they gonna have like a conversation later between them or whatever like that. Here go freaking. Oh, so Portia was like, we gonna have a conversation, but not in front of these strangers. I don't know these people. I don't blame her, because like, who was the women? So Candy sat down and told everybody what's happening. They like, oh, we gonna have a baby or whatever. Here go Portia, child. Well, how many centimeters you need to be before you had a baby? She was like 10. She was like, oh, so she ain't gonna have a baby tonight. I just want to know, like, did Portia have a baby? She ain't know how many centimeters. Okay. Did she have a C-section? Did she, like, for real, I'm asking, because I really want to know. Did she have a C-section? If she had a C-section, maybe she don't know how many, because she ain't push. But if she pushed and she don't know how many centimeters you need to have a baby, I need to know why she don't know that. But, why? Somebody tell me why. But anyway, at the end, then Nene cheers the sisterhood or whatever like that. Here go Candy. She was like, this is the fakest sisterhood I ever seen in my life. Like, what was this whole reason of this brunch? We ain't talking about nothing, sister. Child, that thing was a hot ass mess. And again, who was them people? Somebody tell me. But that was the end of the episode, y'all. It was just okay. They was trying too hard for me. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Tell me what y'all thought about this review. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for all those who watch my videos and who have already subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate you very much. Until next time, y'all.